One of the darker moments in esports this year has just gotten worse. On top of the alleged unpaid salaries, a criminal trial, and generally mismanaging their many esports teams, Bleed allegedly left their Mobile Legends Bang Bang roster stranded in Singapore without any plane tickets going home. By now, most of you probably know about the drama surrounding Coull, coach of Bleed Esports' CS2 team, and how he ousted the org for failing to pay the salaries of himself and the players. But that is just one of the many troubles facing the Singaporean company, and not even the first. You see, before all of the shit with their CS2 roster came out, Bleed were already getting cooked after Riot stripped them of their VCT spot for 2025, which is about the worst fucking thing that can happen to you in Valorant. In the October 4th statement, Riot claimed that Bleed was removed due to, quote, its failure to comply with critical reporting requirements and other key obligations under the Team Participation Agreement. Riot also referenced persistent operational failures, which could mean many different things, but several reports on this situation claim sources say that it was over unpaid salaries. So that claim became even more credible last week when Coull shared his team's open letter to the org over, once again, unpaid wages. In the letter, Coull and his team said that they have been dealing with delayed salaries as well as other payments like boot camps that he himself and the players have had to pay for out of pocket. More specifically, Coull states that the team received their first paychecks in April, despite being signed in December of last year. On top of that, he and the players claim that 60% of prize money is still missing, buyouts, including Nexa's, weren't paid. They also make it clear that the org's management has gone radio silent and have consistently received poor communication, if any at all. In response, you had players from other esports, including Bleed's former Valorant superstar, Ye, questioning if they should speak out about their experiences with the org. Turdsta, a member of the R6 team, did come out with his own allegations, and they were almost exactly the same as what we saw from the CS2 team, meaning it's still unclear exactly how deep this shit goes with Bleed. Now, that same day the letter came out, Bleed released their own statement saying that the players have been paid up until September and that they are communicating with them, as well as seemingly putting some of the blame on Coull for the cost of recognizing his vision for the team. Most people didn't buy the response, and it only got worse with G2's GM Pekka asking the team to respond to his emails, which turns out could be because they owe G2 $42,000. Oh, and Apex $130K and $100K in prize money, and a shit ton more to many other parties. Now, all that was just last Friday. It might be hard to believe, but things have gotten much worse. You see, on top of the CS2 team cutting ties with Bleed in their letter, it ends by saying that Bleed's CEO is missing. And just this morning, Coull tweeted that this dude is still missing and messages aren't getting through to him. This could be because Bleed's CEO, a Mr. Mervyn Go, is currently awaiting trial in Singapore for an unspecified criminal charge. It's possible that this charge could be in relation to one of the seemingly many shady dealings he has going on with his esports teams. But it seems more likely it's in relation to an assault charge from 2022 where the CEO and a Bleed investor reportedly attacked a woman in a nightclub. Also, for context, that same investor is facing another charge for assault from this year when he trespassed his ex's home and assaulted a guest she had over. So yeah, there could be many reasons as to why this guy is a little hard to reach right now. And if you needed one more reason to believe that this org is at best mismanaged and at worst criminal, just yesterday reports came in saying that their Filipino Mobile Legends Bang Bang team was left stranded in Singapore after a boot camp without any plane tickets going home. This news came from Hades Cast, who says that the COO straight up left the team's group chat. This resulted in the players' families having to book their flights, and the team's manager, along with Hades, buying their meals until then. So just when you think that this org has done the worst thing possible to its employees, they seemingly one-up themselves. Listen, there are a lot of bad things an org can and have done to its players and staff, with unpaid salaries often being one of them, and it should be taken very seriously. As has been stated, these are people who have to pay for rent, food, hospital bills, and even children in some cases. Withholding or failing to pay employees is criminal. And leaving players in a foreign country with no way home, that's nothing short of neglect and potentially even endangerment, if you ask me. I have since reached out to several of the parties involved for a comment on this entire situation, and that includes Bleed, but I've yet to hear back. If I do, I'll be sure to update everyone, which I probably will have to anyway, since this story keeps getting worse by the hour.